Hi, welcome to Mulligan Speaks. I'm Annette Mulligan, guiding you towards living beyond your diagnosis, owning your health, and creating clear dialogue between you and your health providers. So, today I want to talk to you about you and change. Now, immediately when I said that C word, a group of you said, oh, no, don't do change, don't want to talk about it, don't want to hear about it, don't like change. Another group of you said, sure, I love change. Change is a good thing. Okay. And then there was just a section of you who were like, I don't know, either way, whatever. Change causes immediate responses in some people. Others doesn't affect them at all. As a child and young adult, I hated it when things changed, when schedules changed, when plans changed. And when I was an adult, older, I started thinking about it, and I realized that so much of my life was based on time that I took insulin for my type 1 diabetes, time that I was going to eat, time that there was going to be activity, and all of those things really had to be regulated pretty strenuously. If I gave myself a shot because I thought I was going to be eating within 30 minutes, I had to be eating within 30 minutes. If I didn't give myself any insulin because I knew I was going to be going and doing some strenuous activity, I needed to do that strenuous activity or go back and give myself some insulin if I wasn't going to be doing that. So when I was dealing with other people changing my plans, it would frustrate me because saying we're not going to go for lunch for another couple of hours made a difference in my day and in how my diabetes was handled and what I had to do about changing or adjusting to that change. Over the years, I have learned to be much less anti-change. I think two reasons account for that. One, I'm on an insulin pump with a CGM, continuous glucose monitor. I can change when I'm going to eat fairly easily because I just give myself my insulin right before I'm going to eat. And so it's not as big a deal if I don't eat when I thought I was going to eat, or even exercise, or whatever the activity may be. I also believe that as I've matured, I've understood a lot more about how getting aggravated and upset about the changes that are happening in my life don't help me at all. In fact, they hinder me in many ways. I want to encourage you today to think about changes that you need to make in your current health care situation. Probably your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your dietitian or nutritionist, somewhere in there, someone has said to you, you need to do this. You need to make this change. You need to do this. And somewhere in that, you have said, yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't want to do that. And the reasons for you not wanting to do that are as varied as the number of people that are listening to this right now. There can be I don't want to do that because it's a lot of work. I don't want to do that because I don't know that I'm going to be able to succeed. It may not make that big a difference. I don't know if I can maintain that change if I make it now. And a number of other reasons. I spoke in another session about fear and anger and denial. All of those play into the reason why we don't want to change, why we don't want to do something different. And I want to encourage you, if you've downloaded my worksheets for this class, or you can just take a piece of paper, but I want you to pick 3 things that recently a doctor or a nurse practitioner or a healthcare provider has told you, you need to do this thing. You need to make this change, and you have resisted and said, I don't want to. Maybe it's in regards to your medication. Maybe it's how often you see your doctor. Maybe it's following through with a treatment of some sort. Perhaps it is changing your nutritional plan. Any one of those things. I want you to write down those 3 things and circle perhaps the most important one. On the sheet there, list 3 things, but circle the one that you know is the hardest for you right now, but you know it's a priority. You really need to do this one. And then a little bit further down there, I'd like you to write down 3 reasons why you're not making that change. Why are you not doing that? What is stopping you? What is keeping you from making those changes? Perhaps it is fear or anger or any of those other ideas that I mentioned to you before, but you choose the 3 things that you think are significantly holding you back from making that change. And then down towards the bottom of the page, I want you to list 3 aspects that if you did make the change, what could possibly happen? Let's say your doctor is concerned that you're not taking your medication at the same time, you're not being consistent in taking it, you're not taking the right amount, you're just kind of playing around with it, and you decide that taking your medication consistently, the amount, everything that the doctor has asked you to do, you make that change. One little baby step, you make that change. What could possibly happen when you do that? You might start to feel better. You might notice a difference in your physical well-being. You might be able to do some things that you hadn't been able to do previously because your medications weren't being consistent and regular. Maybe your doctor is asking you to get out and get a little bit more activity. Something that I know is oftentimes hard for those of us who are struggling with physical issues or disabilities. What would happen if you did start to do that? What could possibly happen if you were to take a walk around your block or drive to the store and just walk around the perimeter of a store? What one little thing could you do that could make a difference to start towards more significant change? You might start to feel better. You might notice that you're sleeping better. You might notice that your pain that you were having in walking before begins to ease up, maybe because you're loosening up your joints and muscles by movement, and that actually can help release the pain that you are experiencing. So list those 3 changes that you know you need to make. Pick one. Write down 3 reasons that you believe are stopping you and halting you from making those changes. And then write down 3 things that could possibly be of benefit to you because you make that change. I know that's a lot of writing, but it's all for a good cause. You and your health. All of these things are going to lead you closer to the idea of living beyond your diagnosis, owning your health, and creating that clear dialogue between you and your healthcare providers. All right, thanks for joining in. My requests to you are, if you like it, give me a thumbs up or a like, write a comment, ask a question, share this on someone else's page who maybe needs this kind of encouragement, or on your own social media pages. Go to my website where you can download the worksheets that go to this, and you can send me an email, and you can see what all of my other services are that I provide. All right, stay well and take care of yourself.